As adults are faced with the necessity of continuing education throughout their lives, the need for convenient distance education programs is intensified. More and more students are finding there are many benefits to participating in the distance education learning experience as enrollment in distance education programs continues to rise. This rise in enrollment can be attributed to the fact that online learning allows for flexibility of access from anywhere and usually at any time. Essentially, it allows participants to collapse time and space. Hello, I'm Linda Rivers, and I'm going to talk to you about the changing role of computer simulations and digital games and distance education. This video will target an area in distance education that is capable of ensuring the success of the online learning experience. It involves computer simulations and games. Computer simulations are computer models of a system that is based on a real-life situation or process. Additionally, a game is a voluntary interactive activity in which one or more players follow rules that constrain their behavior, enacting an artificial conflict that ends in a quantifiable outcome. Therefore, computer simulations or digital games could be used interchangeably, and the definition can be further refined by requiring the game system to incorporate technology. Another component of digital games is embedded in the term gamification. Often used in many aspects of the business, education, and general population, gamification's appeal derives from memories and skills many people have learned from games since childhood. The same fundamental motivations, choices, engagement, and rewards make up today's sophisticated gamification applications. Dr. Burke will further explain the idea of gamification.
I'm Dr. James Burt, Assistant Professor of Games and Multimedia at Bond University. What am I doing now? I'm exploring mixed reality. This particular area didn't exist 10 years ago. We are the ones evolving the tomorrow, therefore we have a good place to set the goals of where tomorrow is going to be for our students. So this is a simulation of a laryngoscopy with foreign body removal. It is designed to change the way that skills are taught to students. Traditionally it's done just with a 2D graphic in a textbook, but we can do that through perceived virtual reality.
Many colleges and universities are participating in the research and development of digital gaming to enhance the curriculum through various governmentally funded programs. One such program was the Simulation and Modeling and Technology Education Program, which was a 6-year project conducted by Hofstra University, Bloomsburg University, and the City University of New York that developed and researched the academic potential of a hybrid instructional model. The schools then published the following video explaining how the prototype worked.
During the Survival Master video game, students will work in single-player and multiplayer environments. They will assume the role of a competitor in a disaster relief training program located in a remote Alaskan base camp. The ultimate goal of this competition is to beat other players' scores and become a National Disaster Relief Agency field expert, known as a Survival Master. Each player will race and jump through 4 knowledge and skill building exercises, or KSBs. These KSBs teach students various STEM concepts such as structural engineering, the mathematics of geometric shapes, and conductive heat flow. However, once those tasks are complete, an earthquake strikes the base camp, leaving only a handful of survivors. Up to 4 students must now band together as a team to survive the coming blizzard. This cooperative multiplayer design challenge requires students to apply and demonstrate all the knowledge and skills they've gained throughout the single-player experience.
Gabe Zuckerman explains the concept of gamification in a recent TEDx Talks session when he introduces a story about a young boy who used his prior knowledge gained from gaming to avoid a potentially fatal incident.
I'm Gabe Zuckerman, and I want to start off by introducing you Since we've been talking about so many extraordinary young kids, I want to introduce you to a perfectly ordinary young boy. His name is Griffin Sanders, and he's a 10-year-old kid. And last summer, Griffin, like so many other perfectly normal 10-year-old kids, went out for a drive with his 74-year-old great-grandmother and 4-year-old brother in the suburbs of Denver. And they were on the freeway, on the highway, they were out. He was super excited about, maybe going to get an ice cream or buying a new toy. And as their car got up to about 100 kilometers an hour on the highway, Griffin's great-grandmother had a heart attack and passed out behind the wheel. And after quickly trying to revive his great-grandmother, as their vehicle slowly slid into oncoming traffic, Griffin did what, of course, any perfectly normal 10-year-old kid would do. He grabbed control of the car and safely executed a maneuver where he put the car through oncoming traffic into the side of the road, saving the lives of his great-grandmother, his 4-year-old brother, and all the other drivers on the road. And the police turned to Griffin, this perfectly normal 10-year-old kid, and said, "How did you do this?" And he said, "Mario Kart," was the answer. And he thought it was actually like a test from inside the game.
Gamification is now considered as an upcoming trend that is on its way to the peak of inflated expectations, which is anticipated to be adopted by the mainstream in the next 5 to 10 years. Researchers like Reiner and colleagues believe the appeal of gamification is centered on the premises that learning should be about fun, play, and passion. They further believe that sitting in boring lectures lead to retention of only 5% of the given knowledge, whereas gamification helps the learner to practice the acquired knowledge, resulting in a stellar 75% retention of that knowledge. In a perfect world, educators and learners would love to experience a stronger connection between theory and practice. However, gamification is a tool to help get closer to achieving the desired results in the learning environment. Currently, numerous educators and policymakers are advocating for a move away from teacher-centered models of instruction and towards more learner-centered and community-based models. This ideology leaves little room for educational researchers and instructional designers to ponder how significant the role of computer simulations and gamification may be in the distance learning environment. If colleges and universities expect to keep up with the rapidly growing pace of the distance education community, new and innovative ways must be identified and researched today, because tomorrow could bring dire consequences. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my short presentation.